President Ed Cressy. Monty, I'm evaluating Monty. I love evaluating Monty because Monty's like a rock star. He's a very good speaker. For those of you who are new to the club, is a pretty good role model. He was giving his speech today about, it was his icebreaker, so it was basically just like a life update, what he's been doing for the last year, his whole journey and whatnot. And he asked me to evaluate him based on organization, 1, and 2, like audience connection. How genuine was he? Was the humor hitting? All that stuff. So that's what I'm going to look at. In terms of organization, I thought you did a pretty good job. Monty came out here and he started with a really strong hook, quote by Lao Tzu, kind of grabbed everybody's attention. A journey of 1,000 steps starts with 1, right? So it's always good to start with a hook, even if it's not necessarily directly related to your speech. What you want to do is just grab the audience's attention immediately and hold on to it so that you can deliver your content more effectively. There was a simple chronological structure to Monty's journey. He was just telling us, this is what happened to me, this is how I reacted to it, this is what I came away with, and this is where I am now. Very simple, very effective, everybody was following along. And I thought the perspective that he had on his life with all of the challenges was very inspiring. He had a very uplifting message that, this journey, this thing that happened to me changed me in a positive way, and I think everybody could relate to that. Where I think it could have improved, Monty had a lot of mantras in his speech, and he's a really good speaker, and he delivered them very effectively. Like he had the one where he's, I had to go through perseverance, and that perseverance gave me perspective, and they're both related with P's. And then later in the speech he said, I had 3 P's, perspective, perception, and then possibility. And when he said it, that made sense too. And then he says, stay in the present, life will be good. Everybody repeat it, stay in the present, life will be good. And then he had like 1, 2, and 3. Like number 1 was donate an organ, you can save a bunch of lives. 2 was something that I forget. 3 was have empathy. And like all of these things, he delivered them with such conviction that they felt like, wow, this is the point of the speech. But when you take them all together, I feel like they didn't really mesh with each other, and it was kind of confusing. So I would say in terms of organization, like maybe stick to 1 or 2 really meaningful things that you want to commit hard to, and make them integrated to the purpose of the speech rather than just layering a bunch of them on top of each other. In terms of your audience connection, I thought it was pretty good. You had a good volume, good pace. You have a little crutch where you pray with your hands, but some of your gestures were really good, where you say you're looking back and then looking forward. That was really strong. I think in the future you could get a little better at expressing vulnerability on stage. I think it made you more nervous than I've seen you speak in the past, and it might be a struggling point for you, so I would suggest working on it. And I think it just takes practice. I would also recommend watching TV shows like dramas, because characters in those TV shows have to be vulnerable, and when they're vulnerable, they're going through the experience of those emotions while they're talking. You'll hear the shock and the surprise in their voice, and when you don't have the practice doing that, you can get in your head and be a little bit nervous, and I think I saw a little bit coming from you at this point. But keep working on it, and I'm sure you'll do really well next time. I look forward to your next speech. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to have our 4th and final speech evaluator, Chen.